Kendra Cox with DiscoverWoodward.com, and we are here today with the Covingtons here in Woodward, Oklahoma, and we are excited to see and hear about their products and services.
Thank you so much for having us. We are really excited to be here. The last couple of interviews have been completely out of my skill set and have been very much out of my range of knowledge, and this one absolutely is, but I'm so excited because for years we've seen this beautiful products rolling out of your shop, and we've been like, wow, we know you have so much talent. We know that and not just you, we realize you have this amazing team. And we see all these things from magazines, and you've been on all these programs. And whenever you moved here in the 90s, my uncle lived in Oklahoma City. He's passed away now. And I remember him calling my mom and saying, I just heard Jerry Covington moved to Woodward. And he was just like, what? And was so excited. So we're so excited to have you. And so excited to talk to you a little bit about your business, about what you do, and about why you are in Woodward. So, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Tell us first. So you've been in Woodward since 1993?
Since actually at the end of '92, we moved back here and been here ever since.
And we talked a little bit earlier. You were in California. You were in Woodward for a time. You're in California, but you're back here. And you chose Woodward because this is my favorite part.
This is my favorite part too, because we have people all the time in the industry want to know why we live in Woodward, Oklahoma, and I always tell them why not. You know, my main reason is because it's really a pretty peaceful town,
yes.
And the people here are more friendly than any place I know of and stuff. And if you've ever grown up or been around the big rat race, you'll totally understand it and stuff. But the other side of the story is we build bikes for people all over the United States and all over the world. And as far as the United States go, we're about as centrally located as you can get. And
right.
So it doesn't matter wherever you're at, if you're on the West Coast or East Coast or something like that, you're going to be way far away from the other. So I think where we're at is as good as any place you can be.
I love that. So really, our location allows you to be very nationally oriented as far as your business. So that's very cool.
Right.
We don't usually think like that. And all the time we hear that we're at the end of the earth, but really we're just the end of Oklahoma.
No, we tell them that's a guy, man.
Right.
That's where you fall off.
And I always tell them, and it's really funny because people from Oklahoma City act like it's so far out here, and I said, it's the same distance both ways.
Yeah, it absolutely is. That's awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit about what you do. So I tried to read up. You create a bike.
Yes, we do some of them from dead bare metal to up, and then some of them we do. Most of what we're doing now is these custom baggers because they're the mainstream now, and we just start with a new Harley and rip it completely apart and start over, customize the whole thing.
We can kind of show you that, when we go through the shop, because I think we still have one.
We got them all different ways.
Yeah, we've got one, I think
stages.
it's totally stock that we can show you what it starts out as. But when it's finished, there's not any part of it that's the original Harley part, except for maybe the...
Yeah, we're in the middle of like 14 bikes right now. Is so we've got a lot going on.
But we also have, these have really come along over the years. It's been our main thing. But we do have a bike that we're building that's one of the, kind of ground up things. And it's being built for a show for Sturgis, and it was supposed to have been for this year, but because of the COVID, they're still having Sturgis,
right.
But this big show, a lot of the competitors and people come from all over the world. Well, the ones from overseas can't get here for it, so they're postponing it until next year. Which that's fine. They ask us to pick a bike that he had built before and showcase it this year. So that's what we're going to do. And this show is about, they call it 2020, and it's people that's been in the business for over 20 years and have been done over 20 custom motorcycles.
Yeah, we have to kind of laugh because we usually do more than that many or more a
In
year.
a year.
I was about to ask about how many custom cycles do you think you've done?
Oh, hundreds. I don't know. It was pretty funny. One of my older friends that's real known in the industry. About 2.5 months ago, he posted up a bike that had the neck rake, had the frame done. He says, I only got 2.5 months to finish this thing before Sturgis. And I just had to kind of chuckle because at that moment we had 14 to have done in the same 2.5 months. I said, if we only had to do one, that'd be pretty easy.
But again, there is some builders that have been in it for way more years than we have,
Sure.
but they didn't do just tons and tons of bikes. You know, they might do 1 or 2 a year.
Right.
So
Right.
But they get to the, and you also do a lot of classic car stuff. They
Yeah.
tend to take quite a bit longer than
oh yeah.
Yeah, hot rods always take a lot longer. You do that more for the passion than the money side of it, even though you can spend a lot of money on it. But in that same length of time, I can do a whole lot more motorcycles, and stuff. But it doesn't make sense to go mainstream on that when you're doing these.
Yeah.
But still love them just as much. You got to do them.
It's just whenever I met Jerry and we got married, I knew that if I didn't learn how to ride a motorcycle, drag race, help with the cars and all that stuff like that, I was going to get left at home a lot because we had 4 boys. So, and Jerry's daughter, she still lives in California. And, she kind of did her own thing. She wasn't really into all that stuff. But I have ridden my own motorcycle. I have drag raced, all that stuff. But, it's the passion. I love it.
Mm-hmm. It is fun. It's exciting, and we love to see it. So we're going to look at some of your product, and you're going to tell us a little bit more whenever we get out to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
The crazy thing is, I was coming back from Daytona and Zell Loves, and it was sitting up on the shelf with our bike in it. And that's the first we knew of it.
Wow.
And
If they change the name, see where it says Truck Power instead of Drag Specialties?
and we were in one time and it had a truck like this, and it had a gallon chopper, and it was one of our choppers that was in one fuel stop. We walked by and their whole case there, they had like these little cigarette cases, and they had 4 different deals. 3 of them were 3 of our bikes. So,
But if they don't show somebody's face or they change the name and stuff, they don't have to pay you.
the one thing that I think is kind of cool and kind of funny at the same time is the fact that whoever the guy is that chooses stuff obviously likes our stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's tons and tons of other stuff out there, and I keep seeing our stuff always pop up on it. But
Honestly, you want to buy it?
I bought another one and gave to one of my grandsons that had the chopper on it and stuff. But we seen this one, and it's a remote truck and stuff. But I thought, better have that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's funny.
When I was on the power tour, a guy came up to me and said, I'm from Johnny Lightning. And he said, we're going to do a power tour series. And he said, you can be the first one if you want to. And I said, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Then on the
That's
back,
cool.
it's got,
Tells the story
story
about
the
it.
car. It's
That's
so detailed
so
too.
awesome.
It even has our personalized license
That's
plate on it.
And then the license plate's a 1/4 inch long, and you can read it. It's pretty cool. It's going to be that special one for that display and stuff. It's all custom made frame, like even the bars in here we machined on our machines and stuff like that. And the wheels, me and a guy from American Racing designed the wheels and machined them out of blocks of aluminum on these. But it's going to be totally unique, and everything about it's going to be special.
And you have one of those machines, right?
We got
Yes.
4 of those
One of those
CNCs.
CNC. Those are- That was when I was teaching 20 years ago. I think we did a small tour, and you
Yeah.
had just bought one or just had
20, yeah, our first one we bought in 13.
13. What would
Yep.
have been that one?
Or 03, I mean.
Oh,
not
3,
13,
yeah. See, that'd have
03.
been
Yeah.
real close. It was kind of cool.
This, well, I thought we still had one, but this one here, we just started taking apart. It's a brand new. All these we're building are 2020s. They're just brand new ones and stuff. But that one's just getting tore apart.
The blue one next to it, we kind of came up, and a wheel company.
So pretty.
What's the first
Did
one?
these.
That have those back in the day. They were hot for a couple of years.
It's really dated, but this bike, we built it for Billy Boat. He was an IndyCar driver, and he has a exhaust company and stuff, but he sent it back to us to do some little things to get it fixed back up.
This one here is one we're doing. It's like right now, parts are getting powder coated and different stuff. It's getting ready to be put together. I could show you the paint job to this one here in a little while that we're doing on it. But it's done been turbo, done been dyno, made 242 horsepower at the back wheel, which stock horsepower on that was probably 70, 75 horse. But it's going to be really cool. It's called a Breakout. It's what it originally started as, a new Breakout. This is another 2020 that's in the process. Just got through cutting and raking the neck and refitting the fairing back.
And, people kind of look at you funny when you say you cut the neck off, and rig it. But when it goes back together, it's actually stronger than it was
stock.
Because we reinforce it,
Okay.
with another piece of.
But we cut and rake the neck to correct the geometry for the different size wheels and stuff we put on it, so it still rides correct and stuff. If you just stuck that stuff on, it would ride terrible.
And there is a lot of people that try to get into this industry that don't know that, and they just bolt something on, and then they've got a death trap. But Jerry's always been really good on, engineering things, and people would call up and ask him what rake and, everything that it needed to be. So
Don't matter what it looks like if it doesn't function.
Right.
And that's half of the reason that we get the people from all over the place. It's like I tell all the guys here, you got to do 110%. I said, because if you do average, there's no reason for them to come here. And they drive right past a lot of average places to get here. So we try to make everything where it really works. And that's the guys that can have whatever they want. They can go wherever they want. But the biggest deal why they come here is because they know they can get them when I'm done and just ride them, and they're going to function.
it's quality. It's not just a flashy paint job.
Right.
That draws a lot of people to it.
There's a lot more of that than there is the quality ones, that's for sure.
And even with the guys building, over the years it's gotten a lot better, but they think, oh, let's do this and look really cool. And Jerry comes along behind us and says, no, that won't work. It has to be strong
Functional.
enough, or, whatever. It can't just look cool. It's got to work too.
I love that you brought that up, because I think that's the discussion that we love about where we live, and you're saying all those things that we see in Woodward with good customer service and good quality product, and it's not just about that dollar or the pretty product that's flashy.
Not at all.
It's about that good quality that brings somebody back to you saying, "Oh my gosh, that's the best ride I've ever had." And so
The
Yeah.
perfect example is we got lots of customers that's had more than 5 bikes. We got one customer we're doing his 15th bike right now and stuff. So that's totally true.
And he's one of those guys that could go to any builder in the world, but he
that's
comes
awesome.
here.
But that speaks to the integrity of your workmanship and the integrity of the product that you produce. And that's pretty phenomenal and exciting.
Customer service is everything. To
It
me, if you don't take care of them, they're not coming back. But
Right.
the other deal too I look at is if we didn't work off repeat business, we'd have been long gone a long time ago.
Yes.
But I would say out of everything we're doing right now, maybe all but 2 are non-repeaters.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a new customer out of,
Reno,
yeah.
Nevada, and a new one from, he's got a place in Florida and one in
Places all over the
New
place.
Jersey.
He's one of those people that, money's not,
Sure.
not a problem at all.
Well, I hate to interrupt you. I love that, and I wanted to pick on that real quick.
No, it's a
There's
big deal.
integrity of workmanship and integrity of product, not just this is pretty, let's push it out.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I like that.
Exactly. Okay, are we ready to move on? Show them what you're doing various times. We're trying to explain how you mold
Well, we
it.
showed them where we cut one up there.
Yeah, well, what my job is then to fix it so that it doesn't look like it's ever been cut. So I smooth it all out real nice, and we paint the neck back black, and the general person ain't never going to tell that it's ever been messed with.
Actually, usually a lot better than it was factory, a lot smoother
That's the truth, because they don't really care a lot. They just powder coat them and go.
We're about mass production. Each one of ours is just one. So this here's Jay's, which he does vlogs, by the way. And I'll okay.
Yeah, you got, hey, give yourself a plug. Fast Life.
Fast Life Podcast.
Yeah.
And the big word.
Yes.
Yeah, this is stuff that he's doing now. He's doing two different bikes right at the moment. I'm playing this one out for me. Stuff, and this one here, he just got through. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's completely done or not. This is the other paint job, which it looks dull right now because it's sanded to get graphics and striping's where you're at on this one, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah, those pieces are not done. The ones that's up there, the tank, and the other ones are done and ready.
You got to sand it between the stuff, and that's true sterling silver leaf. This is actually orange metal slate. Once clear hits it, you won't believe it. It's well, like the tip of the champagne. That's what this is like. It's laying out right now. The parts it's laying out. Just they got to get re-sanded.
This is that?
Same color. But see, it's sanded so they can put new graphics on it, and then it'll get clear again. It'll get sanded and it bucks about.
So start to finish, so you get a new Harley, you strip it down, you start to do your mods. Start to finish, how long does it take for the bike to turn around?
For a complete product, normally it's about 3 or 4 months, but the way we've been going when you've got the pedal on the floor, it's about 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
So you just got to make everything fall into place.
And part of that's just your team, isn't it?
Oh, it is the
You've
team.
got a guy here, and you've got a guy there, and everybody has their specialized
And that's
tasks.
what a lot of people don't realize. There's so many more people behind the scenes. You don't
Yes, I understand.
And then we build the seat pans. One of the things we do towards before coming apart. Build a new fiberglass seat pan, shape it to the bike exactly, because we use the stretching chain and stuff like that. And then we send it and have it completely padded and covered and all that too.
So you
And
got a
we-
seat that's form fitted to the bike.
Sure.
Full custom go with that, but also when we fabricate everything, we fabricate it up front. When it comes apart, part of it comes back here to be painted, part of it might get shipped to powder coating, part of it might get shipped to chrome. Then all the parts that are new parts we mocked up, they'll go over into an assembly and just get put in the cabin. Those kind of that might go together. So it's just a big deal if you're running the surface, make everything hang all over the place. But the trick is working on 6 or 7 times, so each one's just falling in place.
Right.
And if one guy's stuck,
Sure. Yeah.
this is a new one as of the 1st of this year. Actually Daytona, which was 1st of March, but what we're doing is, this is the customer that we've done like 15 bikes for. We got it back sided that wanted doing a different style wheel, and they're going to be black chrome, and to chrome some stuff on it because it was all black and green bike, but sided brighten it up some more. So
But once all the paint's done and, all that, this is where it comes to do the final assembly.
this is his new bike right here. We do 1 to 2 bikes a year for him usually. The white bike we just finished, just waiting for the seat to get back here. It's a new 2020. The white one over there we built a few years back. It's one of the ones out of the trailer out there that we're just checking over and doing a few different things on the stuff, getting them ready for Sturgis.
Yeah.
You know who Carlos Mencia is? Yeah. That the one up top there is his, and the one over here is one of his. We did What we do for Carlos Day, 9 or 10 bikes. Yeah. I think we might have done 10 before.
When we go back up in the showroom, I'll show you. We did a comedy skit for his Mind of Mencia show that was on Comedy Central. And they came out here and filmed for like 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
And, you know, it was scripted. You know, the guys had lines to say and all that. Well, then once we got the bike finished, we took it to California to the studios where they filmed the Comedy Central. And it was really cool too because the studios were where we were at was where they used to film I Love Lucy. It was so cool. And anyway, we got to take the bike out there, and then they rehearsed all day long for the
Then we
live
saw
show
the
that
show.
night.
Then
But it was like a biker build-off spoof, you know, Covington's versus Mencia's. And so if you ever get a chance, go check it out. It's really funny. But it was an experience for us. And that's some of the coolest things about this industry is getting to meet all kinds of people and, you know, do that kind of stuff, you know, go to Hollywood and get your own dressing room with
It's
your own
like
star.
it's like we got to meet John Paul
Julia, yeah.
Yeah, and stuff. Because when we did the, what was it that we did with them? We did the.
That one in Texas?
No, what we did. Well, we did that show with him. The first time we ever met him. Then
Yeah.
we was up at the awards and stuff. And
Oh, yeah, it was when you got inducted to the Hall of Fame. The Motorcycle Hall of Fame, yeah. Yeah, that
That
deal.
one thing.
He didn't want to say it.
but anyway, we set the table with him. So
I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's Paul Mitchell Hair Products and Patron
he
Tequila.
owns Patron
All
Tequila.
that.
But
Super nice guy, and he loves the motorcycle.
he's so down to earth and nice guy. Just
Awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, you know, we've got a list of all, we did a bike for Cindy Hagar, and it's just so cool, all the people that
You meet through the
you
years.
don't realize how many people are watching you. You know, we've got,
Right.
I think we've got over 114,000 followers, and we get them from all over the world. Yeah, it's just nuts. It just blows my mind. And we're in Woodward, Oklahoma.
I love it.
Yes.
That's the thing also about me, it doesn't matter where you're really at.
You're absolutely
No,
right.
if you do quality, they're going to come to you.
Love it.
But we love Woodward.
Solid block and then do the first op, which is this. And then after the first op's done, we'll run all of them on first op. Then it'll flip it and it'll do what it
This is how it starts
starts
out.
at.
It's just a solid block.
But after second op, it comes out of the machine like that. Then it's ready to either be made black or chrome it or whatever. You want to put another one in, it's going, man.
A lot of people think that that's water that's in the machine, and it's not. It's actually air. Because that spins so fast that it would, you know, just melt into it.
Bring Daniel with me, or is Daniel with us?
We get our aluminum, we have a truck that comes out of Tulsa and delivers it, and that's how they bring it to us, and then of course we cut it to the right size.
Okay, I'm here with Daniel. Daniel, tell us who you are, what your purpose is, your name, the whole that you're from Woodward part.
My name's Daniel Struckle. I moved in Woodward in June of 1980 with my parents. I've lived here pretty much ever since, except for a year or two away. I always come back to this town because it's my home. I love this place. I couldn't ask for a better place to do what I do.
Awesome. All right. So, what is your position? Really? It's a skill set and it's a specialty. So, what do you do here at Covington's?
I'm I guess what you'd call the parts manager.
Uh-huh.
I manage all the parts, shipping them out to get chrome, anodized, powder coat. I make sure the machine shop you just see next door is building the parts that we need.
Right.
So, and that's a full-time job. But when I'm not doing that, I try to help build and assemble the bikes, because that's where it all started, was the passion for the motorcycles and cars.
And how many different parts? I did not realize that you manufactured here as well. So, how many parts do you put out of Covington's?
A month, shoot, hundreds and hundreds. I mean, it's crazy. We in 2011, I think we had like 11 part numbers. Now we have over 600 part numbers.
That's crazy.
So our manufacturing side has grown exponentially in 9 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and not only do we send here in the United States, we have a distributor in the Netherlands. And the main distributor we have here in the United States has over 12,000 dealers. Plus, they have a warehouse in Canada and one in Germany. And just on an individual basis, I ship something out of the country. It's like every week, And we have our own dealer network, which is really, really grown. And it's crazy how, again, here in Woodward, Oklahoma, there's one little thing that I try to do. I get newspapers from around town, because they're just going to throw them away.
Right.
We use those for packing because I'm thinking, somebody in Japan might be reading the Woodward News.
That's great.
Just for a little tidbit there.
That's awesome.
But I guess, do you have anything that you're getting ready to package?
Well, I not really, but I could shrink wrap a little bit, something real quick.
Okay, well,
Yes,
I'm
the
going to
machine.
show you.
Let me out of the way.
This is what everybody is just fascinated by.
Like when the
I am. It looks like a toy.
Yeah.
like when we have the Votech kids come through here.
Uh-huh.
They want to talk to them later. They say this is their favorite part. And they're watching this.
Yeah.
This happens.
When we got the machine to start doing our parts, I told them I just better not find my car keys or something, vacuum packed.
There's a heating element up here that starts heating up the plastic. You watch it'll start dropping, and then it'll tighten back up. When it tightens back up, it means it's the right temperature.
And the board that it's going on, it looks chalky, but as soon as that film hits it, it turns glossy.
One thing about our parts is it's all made in the United States. All of our aluminum is from a foundry in Chicago that has a place here in Tulsa. All of our packaging material comes from Clearwater, Florida. We're all Americans. Our CNC machines are all made in America. So everything about our parts is still made in the United States, and we're one of very few people of any kind of industry, not just the motorcycle industry, that's still manufactured in the United States.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Grab one of our parts and show on the back label where we do it on each part. It'll say Made in the USA.
Every part we make has a part number and explanation, and then it's Made in the USA by Covington's.
That's awesome.
Every part we send out.
In Woodward, America.
I know.
And these shelves, we've grown this room from like 1 or 2, and added
Made
to
them taller.
made them taller, and it just
Out here,
I've got parts
Where's your
overflowing in
little
there. And
yeah.
it's I've known Jerry and Kathleen 30 years, something like that.
Yeah, he went to, all of our boys went to school together, so he hung out at our house all the time. We just called him our red-headed stepkid.
It's very cool that something like this happens in the town I grew up in and where we're at, Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better place to work or live.
We just finished a 40 Ford. We finished the 53 Ford pickup of rods. And what else did we get rid of out here? Something else?
That
Black Chevelle. Yeah. So, anyway, this is the chassis, new chassis we're doing for the 55 you've seen on the rotisserie over there.
You gotta tell them the backstory on that car though. It's way too interesting. not
Well,
to.
the car came out of a barn. You know, you always hear of barn finds. And this one was a true barn find. The barn door had been bolted shut, and it had been in there since 1975. And we got it from the original farmer that bought the car new. And that was a pretty cool deal. It'd been actually used for 20 years before it was put up and stuff. So it's incredible. A lot of people told me, oh, just drive it like it is and stuff, you know. And I said, no, I'm doing a full custom because that's what I do. But they said, well, don't start with a car that nice. Go get a junk one and do it. And I said, the nicer one you start with, the nicer one you end up with. So,
And you know,
That's what it
there's
is.
two ends of the hot rod and stuff.
There
You've
are.
got your purists that they just have a heart attack if you're going to take a car apart and customize it. Jerry's totally opposite. If it is all original and you can't do anything to it,
unless it's a rare car.
right? He if he can't do
I got
something
one
to
of
it, you
those.
know.
Got a caveat,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's if it's a car they mass produced
right?
and stuff, then it doesn't bother me. But the stuff that's super rare, I got a Chevelle in there that's a 375 horse, and the least amount of them they ever did was in '67. They did 612, and that car is all original with 36,000 miles, original paint, original interior, and everything. That's a different ballgame.
Yeah, they
there.
call it a true survivor car.
A survivor car.
Yeah.
This Camaro here we're building, it's got a true Copo 427 and 5-speed custom chassis. And, right now I'm building new custom bumper brackets and stuff to hold the bumper on.
This is the room we're using in the school people here.
That's funny because we just saw that one. Yeah. Sit back down.
That's original paint, original interior stuff, which is pretty cool for a 53-year-old car. This thing is so fun to drive.
Where did you find something like this at?
I got this from one of my motorcycle customers. Got it from, he is from Seattle, but the car originally came out of Bixby, Oklahoma. We always bring people on tours through here, and we had some people in here and asked them where that's from. One of them said Bixby, Oklahoma, and I said, hey, you don't know anybody who worked at the Chevrolet dealership back then? He said, yeah, I know the guy that was the service manager. So I talked to him, and he sent me a letter that he remembered the car and everything. So
That's
it's kind of a
awesome.
pretty cool deal.
That's really cool.
And this one here is my rarest of all cars. It's a '67 Chevelle, but back in the mid to late '60s, they did performance cars, kind of like we do with the motorcycles. But they did. You had Baldwin Motion Performance, and you had Yanko, and you had Berger Chevrolet. There's 5 of them that did it, and this is a motion car. And they did a lot of Corvettes, a lot of Camaros, but they only did 3 Chevelles, and this is one of the 3. So it's kind of my favorite that way for being extremely rare. That one I love because it's rare and totally original. Both cars got within 300 miles of each other. Got like 36,000 miles on them. And stuff. So it's pretty neat deal and stuff, but that one's got to be my most valuable one. I've owned them for almost 20 years apiece and stuff, and then somebody else that's a true hardcore collector needs to have them next, and I got a guy that's talking to me about that one that he's wanting it, and it will be in their collection. They got 160 motorcycles, and they got a bunch of real rare cars in there and stuff. They got a $5 million underground garage that they park them in under a $50 million home. So they'll be in a good spot, and they'll be well taken care of, out of the elements and everything. So I don't mind selling that, but I couldn't sell that to somebody just going to take it out and thrash it.
No.
Get rid of it, because it's like that car, they made 612, and to find one unrestored is, I've seen stuff go across Barrett Jackson. They go, oh, it's a Survivor, and it looks like it's set outside half its life. That's never set outside ever, and stuff. And you don't hardly ever find a true Survivor in that shape. So for it to be what it is, it might be the only one. I don't know, because it's a full out hot rod from the factory, so big majority of them did last for a while.
So what makes the 55 Chevy, what makes that the special?
I've just always loved them for as long as I can remember, and I've had quite a few of them and stuff. But this one here, I had it originally in '92. So that paint job was put on in '92. The interior is put in, changed it. It's the second interior since then. But since California, a friend of mine did full leather interior with Ferrari suede headliner and all that. Trunk's upholstered just like the inside and stuff. And it's got a supercharged motor and stuff. But the one I'm building is a 55, and it's going to be the nicest one ever I've done for sure. It's getting the LSX motor with twin turbos. It's going to have air. It's going to have everything there is to have in it and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe this one can go then, but I'm just
But
putting
maybe
a maybe
not.
on that.
Maybe.
Does this baby have a name?
No, we just
The black one.
the black
black
one.
one?
Yeah, and the one next to it, the 59 Paula, is that I call that our cruiser because it's
Everything else is big horsepower except for that car. It is for the day and what it was, but compared, we got like a Hellcat, and it's 707 horse, and this is 650 horse, and that one's over 500 horse. And that car, if I ever finish it, the one at the end, the GTX, it's got a Hemi in it that's 750 horse pump gas and daily driver motor.
but
So,
the reason I call it the cruiser is because it's all airbagged, it's real comfortable, and it has air. So
yeah, it's got air, it's got 4-wheel
That's
disc
important.
brakes, and it's got a 348 with 3 barrels and stuff. It's just a pretty neat car, and
It's pretty.
we took this from Arizona a year and a half ago to the good guys. They had 4,000 cars there. We got there and got parked, and I dusted it down, took off, went looking at cars, came back, had the deal on my dash. They picked it as best of the 50s car and stuff, which is kind of a pretty big honor to me with 4,000 cars there. So, it's just, it's a 1-year model car. That's what makes it so cool to me. Back in the day, they wasn't known as drag race cars, so it didn't matter so much. And now they get so much respect, and there's not as many of them, which makes it even better. You can go to a major event, there might only be 2 of them there.
Wow.
It's all aluminum, 528 cubic inch, 750 horse. It's got a 5-speed and a Dana. The custom bikes that we do, like the one I was showing you where everything's machined and all that, that whole thing started with blocks of steel and steel tubing and aluminum blocks and stuff. There's everything on that bike other than the tires pretty much is machined or made.
Oh, man.
Makes it
Kind
kind
of
of
fun
neat.
picture, just it all piled up.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you what, that's the excitement for me that keeps you going is creating something. I guess it's kind of like painters that paint pictures and stuff. When they're done with it, they created something from nothing. And that's the part that, and the other huge deal to me is the customer and the customer's face when they see it the first time. It's just, then it's all worthwhile for all that work, and stuff. But
yeah,
that's a goal that that's always been a big deal to me.
even all through our kids and stuff, we thought about. We always drove custom, like lowered trucks and this and that and the other. And he had said something around the kids. He says, I think I'm not gonna, custom paint, or I'm not gonna lower it or something. And the youngest was probably about 6 or 7, something like that. And he goes, no, you have to, or we won't get any of these. So they like that attention.
Aw.
But I've always said, if we didn't have to make money to survive, these guys would do what they do anyway.
Right.
They, it's not for that payday at the end.
Right.
It's creating something and, seeing the customer's face.
Yeah, and also with these cars, you can have a pretty stressful week or day or whatever, and you come back here and mess with them for a little while. It kind of eases up. Goes away, stuff you think more about it than everything else is going on around you. In this world today, they need a lot more of that, for sure.
A lot more
The truth.
peaceful places. Yep.
Tell us, we'd love for this to be shared and lots of people to see it. So give us all the ways to reach you.
Okay. Well, our address is 2424 Oklahoma, Woodward, 73801. And our website is just covingtonscustoms.com. And they have to have the S on Covington's and Customs. That's where we run into a lot of problems. And our email is info@covingtonscustoms. Our Facebook page is just Covington's Custom. Our Instagram is Covingtons_customs. And we gave up the Twitter thing a long time ago. Just, you can't handle all of them at once. No. But phone number for the shop, 580-256-2939. And social media. I mean,
awesome.
Hit us up on Messenger. We don't respond quite as fast on that sometimes. So email or call is best, but you can even order parts online. You don't have to call to do that. It's all set up where, secure site for your car and all that.
Perfect.
And you can always watch on our Instagram and our Facebook all the new stuff going together.
Yeah, we try to post stuff, it's at least weekly, but,
We had a guy the other day that we'd posted the first of 3 bikes was building to take and sell. And the first day we posted, he called and he bought one of them. And then about 3 days later, we got the second one done, and Dave posted just part of it. And he instantly called me and said, "Whose is that bike?" And I told him that it was one that we was doing. He says, "I want to change to that one." I said, "Well, that one's, definitely more money." He said, "I don't care, I want that one." So it literally, without it even being completed, it was done, gone.
That's what I was saying, how it's crazy how there's so many people with their eyes on us that we have no clue.
Right.
It's kind of creepy in a way,
It's like the guy from Reno, we're building a new really nice high-end bike. And his deal, he said he's followed us for years and stuff, and he's just ready to pull the trigger and do it and stuff, which is kind of a pretty neat deal. I've never met it face-to-face yet.
The main thing that I wanted to point out is there are so many people that live in Woodward that have no clue at all what we do.
Right.
And when we get to bring those kids in from the VOTEC or, the TAP class at the junior high and stuff, they go home and tell their parents. And again, they say their parents have no idea what we do. They think we're just like a repair shop or whatever. And, the old biker mentality is so far gone now.
Yes.
It's not just all partying and this and that and the other, When we go back up in the showroom, I'll show you the trophy and, Jerry's induction into the Hall of Fame and all that stuff like that. To me, that has been the biggest thing out of this whole business is him being credited for the work that we've done. And, nobody knows how hard we've worked for the last 32 years,
And it's not all about the Hall of Fame deal. Wasn't all about building motorcycles. It was what we've done in the industry. Like we've done 10 charity bikes through the years and donated them and to raise money and stuff. And it's like, I don't know if you remember, wasn't it Channel 9?
Yeah.
Stan's Ride. Stan's Ride,
Stan
that was on
Miller.
TV. We built a new road glide, fully did it, and they auctioned off as backpacks for kids. And that one bike fed 250 kids for a year. So
it went to our area, western
it went
part
western
of the state.
Oklahoma
So
and stuff. But we've the bikes we've done's raised over $830,000 so far. So
That's amazing.
And it's for like Boys and Girls Club, Kids with Special Need Hospital,
one
Spearfish,
or we did 2 for cystic
fibrosis, 2 for cystic fibrosis.
Wow.
just a lot of different things through the years and stuff, and also the most worthy veteran that had been wounded in Afghanistan and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Mhm.
That was a cool deal. That was actually the way the guy got chosen when people sent stuff in, people they were nominating, and they had 4 generals at the end pick the one they thought should get it. This guy jumped on the IED to protect his guys and stuff, and lived through it. You know, it messed him up, but he lived through it, and he's the one that got the motorcycle
That's cool.
and stuff. It was a really cool deal. They gave it to him in Austin at that deal.
Yeah. So anybody in Woodward can come do what we just brought you guys through. You know, we kind of need a heads up because we are short-staffed and really busy right now. But, you know, we have people that come from all over the United States to come and see Woodward. And, you know, we don't just, you know, pat ourselves on the back here. You know, we send them to Bowling Springs.
Right.
Or, you know, just
And
send
our
them-
restaurants here in town.
Yeah, yeah. We
Different
promote
ones and
all
all
of
that.
the
Right.
different restaurants. And,
We're extremely proud of our town, and the one thing that we think is one of the absolute coolest things about our business is all of our money for everything that we do is brought in from other places and it disperses right here in our town
Mm-hmm.
between all our guys, and they're all family guys and stuff like that. So it's bringing it in, but it's not taking it out.
Yes.
So kind of a pretty neat deal when you really look at the big picture.
It is.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Thank
We're
you for
just
what you do.
extremely proud of what we do. And if anybody wants to come and check it out, they just give us a call and we'll get it scheduled in. It's really
It's a great tour.
something to see.
It is. I had no idea.
There
I'm
you
one
go.
of those.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank
And they
you so
come
much.
see our great employees. We have some of the best employees there is.
Oh yeah,
does
it's like
Brian.
you said from the first. You know, it's a team,
It
and
is.
each one of them has their own specialty. You know,
It takes everybody here to make stuff happen,
Right.
and it actually could take a few more people if we could get them.
yeah, yeah. If we could get some different people, would be nice. It's just hard, but again, that's what you guys are
Find the right
doing.
fit.
Is, you know, enticing people
Yes.
to come to Woodward. So if you talk to people, tell them that Covington's is hiring. Tell them to
love
come
it.
see us. We'll get some more people here in town.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. We appreciate you guys.
No
bet.
problem. We're glad you guys got a hold of us to do
Mhm,
this.
me too.
We appreciate it.